Good morning. Welcome to York Minster. My name is Katrina. I'm one of the clergy here, and on behalf of Chapter, welcome to friends and family and to graduates. Many, many congratulations from all of us at the Minster. We gave thanks for you this morning at morning prayer and prayed for your futures that they might be bright. We hope you enjoy your day. There are a few things to say before this ceremony begins. Firstly, could I ask you to check that your mobile phone is on silent or off? Could you please just double check and then you don't embarrass your beloved? That'd be grand. Be a bit awkward over lunch otherwise. Could I also ask you, if you are taking photographs, please be aware of others around you. So just watch your elbows and don't remain transfixed, because then somebody else's name will be called and their parents or family won't be able to see. If you sat down and took a cushion or a kneeler off the seat in order to do so, it would be very helpful to our stewards if you could put it back as you leave. That would be marvellous. If you need the loos, they are down the left-hand side of the building. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, then turn left. There's a sign there to tell you where to go. We should not need to evacuate the building. Obviously, we don't have a fire drill planned for this morning. If we do need to get out, please do not use your initiative. Somebody will stand where I am standing and will tell you how to get out as quickly and safely as possible. And please follow the directions of the stewards. They know how to do this sort of thing. At the end of the ceremony, as the procession leaves, would you please stand and resist the urge to follow them? They will be going in another direction. You stay where you are. If you're not part of the procession, you will leave via the door you came in. I think that's all I need to say in terms of practicalities. Enjoy your day, and would you please stand for the beginning of the procession?
by the authority of the Privy Council granted to York St. John University, I declare the ceremony open for the conferment of degrees and presentation of awards. Will you please sit? Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Honorary graduates Benjamin Myers and Emma Crosby, honored guests, friends and family, and of course, the graduates, you're welcome. It is with great joy that I welcome you all today to York Minster to take part in this celebration of achievement. As Chancellor of York St. John University, not only am I delighted to be presiding over this happy occasion, I'm also delighted to share in your success and to be associated with you all. Too often in life, we don't give ourselves enough credit, but today is a day to say, yes, I did it. A day of big smiles and full of hearts, as well as relief that the hard work is over. Now, although this is a formal ceremony, I can assure you that I try to encourage informality within these walls wherever possible. So, graduates, remember to relax and enjoy the experience. And make sure that you pose for your photograph on the platform. This is a moment that you and your family will want to treasure. Now, should you be tempted to become a runner, like a Yorkshire Terrier, I'll hold your hand and will not let go, only to do so in order to get a much firmer grip. So don't become runners, just pose for your photograph. And as you come up the ramp, should you find that your wardrobe is challenging you, don't worry, you're among friends. Now I've taken part in diverse happenings here at York Minster, and today I can see and I know that the Minster is glowing with pride. Pride amongst family members and friends who join our public acknowledgement of our graduates' efforts and achievements. Pride amongst the staff of York St. John, for whom this is a day of great culmination of many, many long hours of dedication and support. And pride, of course, amongst our graduates. You have been on a great journey. We come here today as a community bound together by our common commitment to the success of those whose efforts we're celebrating. I would personally like to thank everyone who has played a part in our graduates' achievements. The fruits of your labors are before us today. Your impact is beyond measure. None of us, of course, know what the future holds. But as the world changes, education is as important as ever to develop the skills that serve society well. Knowledge, of course, but also empathy, understanding, creativity, reflection, and mutual respect. These are qualities that I know are as important at York St. John as the subjects you have studied for your academic knowledge. They have been part of this university's Christian ethos throughout its 178-year history. So I encourage you to take those qualities out into the world with you. Make them central to your growth as individuals and your contribution to your community, society, and the wider world. Education brings with it a responsibility as well as the inspiration to make a positive contribution. As students at York St. John, you have been encouraged to take part in a range of work experience and volunteering opportunities. And a great many of you have taken advantage of such opportunities and have been greatly impressed by your commitment to local initiatives. Such work can be important for your personal development as well as contributing society as a whole. So I hope that many of you will continue this engagement with your local communities when you leave this place, through your family, through your work, and through your other interests and pursuits. As Nelson Mandela said, there can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to helping others without expecting anything in return. I also wish you, and say to our graduates, as you look forward to what comes next, I hope that you will always find time to reflect back on your experience at York St. John. Think of the lasting friendships you've made and the special sense of community across the campus. Remember you'll always be part of our community no matter what life has in store for you. Today is a day for great celebration, and I'm sure that all of you, graduates, family members, and friends and staff, will make the most of this joyous and memorable occasion. So congratulations, and I wish you well in all your future endeavors, and may God bless you richly. Now then, will the parents, friends, and lecturers of York St. John who are able, please stand. Will you please join me in giving a humdinger clap of congratulations to all our graduates? Thank you very much. Will you please sit? Will all our graduates who are able, please stand. Will you please join me in giving a humdinger clap of thanks to all those who supported you, your parents, your friends, and your tutors. Hello, I know you all come from the School of Humanities, Philosophy and Religion, but at your age, you was asked to thank somebody. I just didn't clap. You know, I made a noise. Will you please thank your parents, your friends, and your tutors once more? Thank you very much. Will you please sit? I call upon the academic registrar to announce the award of degrees.
Chancellor, for the School of Humanities, Religion and Philosophy, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research awarded by the University of Leeds, to be presented by the Deputy Head of School, Dr. Liesl King.
Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded following a significant period of research, resulting in a thesis which makes an original contribution to knowledge that extends the boundaries of the academic discipline. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research for a thesis entitled "The Performing Artistes in Sri Lanka, the contribution to ethno-religious cohesion through their shaping and challenging of socio-cultural norms. Winojith, Sanjeeva, Withana, Apalhumalaga. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research for a thesis entitled Thomas Hardy, Scripting the Irrational, Alan Gordon Smith.
For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research awarded by York St John University.
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research for a thesis entitled Women Mountaineers, a study of affect, sensoria, and emotion. Jenny Hall. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Research for a thesis entitled From Islam to Christianity, a study of the life and thought of Hassan Dekhani Tafti and John Mohammed Abdel-Jalil in the ongoing search for a deeper understanding between Christianity and Islam. Agnes Angela Mary Wilkins.
For the degree of Master of Arts.
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in American Studies, Lily Beecroft. And for the History, American Studies and War Studies Program Prize, Freya Charlotte Larder. Christopher John Love. And for the History, American Studies and War Studies Final Project and Dissertation Prize, Thea Eppie Miller. And in Chaplaincy Studies, Rachel Mary Shackleton. And in Contemporary Literature, Justine Faith Cooper. Heather Lukens. Sarah Margaret Mannion. Rachel Amber Patience. Ashton Inali Pearson Child. Nicoletta Pettis. Sophie Blossom Taylor. Annis White. Joseph Owen Wright. And in Contemporary Religion, Jake Christopher Chaplin. Joshua Daniel McMorland. Joe Anthony Phillips. Diane Therese Hazel Ryan. Elizabeth Catherine Watson. And in Creative Writing, Rose Jean Brooks. And for the Creative Writing Final Project and Dissertation Prize, Amy Craig. Colin James Cutler. Arthur Robin Gallagher. Holly Glover. Sharmila Gohil. Abigail Knowles. Patrick Gabriel Morgan. Matthew Craig Pickering. Catherine Sharman. Natalie Karen Stevens. And for the Creative Writing Program Prize, Amy Stewart. Emma Louise Thompson. David Yeomans. And in history, Samuel Cryer. And in international history, Thomas Anthony James Davies. Joshua Brignall Morley. Matthew John Jones. Jack Mulligan. Tessa Ann Schofield.
For the degree of Master of Fine Arts,
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, Michael John Donnelly.
for the Graduate Diploma,
Chancellor, I present to you for the Graduate Diploma in Christian Theology and Practice, Scott Peter Cunliffe. Anna Kotrakatsche.
for the degree of Bachelor of Arts,
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in American Studies, Aaron William Edward Thompson. Emma Wells. And in Christian Theology and Practice, Gemma Caroline Allen. Philip Richard Chisholm. Philip Cole. Jonathan Mark Doyle. Tom Dunham. Leslie Heal. Daniel John Holland. Alison Hutchings. David Michael Jones. Christopher John Still. Brian Ward. Wendy Jane Watkins. And in Christian Theology, and for the Theology and Religious Studies program, final project and dissertation prizes, Lauren Hunter Bell. Megan Lauren Bird. Joshua Clark. Stephen Charles Miller. Anna Elizabeth Pattison. Elizabeth Powell. Evangelina Francis Ria. Gavin Richard George Scott. Rosie May Smaker. Leah Angharad Williams. And in creative writing, Ben Ambrosaitis. And for the School of Humanities, Religion and Philosophy Prize and the Creative Writing Program Final Project and Dissertation Prizes, Elizabeth Laura Bell. Stacy Melissa Curry. Elizabeth Alicia Nicole Fitzgerald. Rosalind Ann Griffiths. Eleanor Hartley Smith. Lucy Elliott Hurst. Samuel Oliver Jack. Jennifer Louise Keithley. John Liddell. Harry Mitchell. Imogen Peniston. Charles Frederick Plum. James Rance. Georgia Elizabeth Ritson. Benjamin Shaw. Sophie Catherine Swainson. Tia Welsh. Paul Richard Whelan. And for the Vice-Chancellor's Achievement Award for the School of Humanities, Religion and Philosophy, Jessica Whittle. Gabrielle Sean Williamson. And in creative writing and English language, Isabel Dewhurst. Georgina Grace Kerr. Thomas Markham. Grace Victoria Morris. Charles Rothwell Prudames. Sarah Ann Ratcliffe. Jessica Josephine Wright. And in creative writing and English literature, Victoria Barbara Elizabeth Booth. Annie Burgess. Ailey Susan Christian. Bethany Davis. Amy Donnell. Georgia Disney Hannah Fennick. Elsie Rose Franklin. Eleanor Aifa Gilchrist. Kate Ann Hewitt. Emily Jane Holmes. Elaine Kelly. Alice Leon. Samuel Marlowe. Alex McGowan. Aisha Jama Noor. Abigail Hannah Peace. Jessica Lauren Ryder. Jamie Louise Shakeshaft. Amber Louise Helen Smith. Jackson Chapman Smith. Megan Y. Chun Tate Davies. Jessica Rianne Thomas. Julia Alexandra Ward. Max Wilding. And in creative writing and media, Heather Bateman. Caitlin Jane Horan. Ryan Luke Moat. And for the Joint Honours Programme Prize, Martin Poole. And in English Literature, Chloe Anson. Sarah Baker. Sophie Barnes. Amelia Ann Beck. Rebecca Louise Bell. Samantha Bland. Ella Evodia Bramall. Harrison J. Caswell. Adam Cummins. Hannah Victoria Denham. Amelia Grace Dickinson. Hannah Louisa Gleave Donlin. Holly Dunning. Isabel Dutch. Natalie Fairburn. Lauren Faye Feast. Natalie Jane Finnegan. Megan Louise Hans. Roberta Louise Hannum. Eleanor Huff. Emily Alice Howes. Katie Iverson. Lucy May Jackson. Claire Jones. Jennifer Kinnersley. Jasmine Kitchen. Abigail Lee. Haley Jane Leyland Segu. Neve Elizabeth Line. Keelan Drew Loveday. Catherine Emily Elizabeth Manning. Tabitha McNicholas. And for the English Literature Program, Final Project and Dissertation Prizes, Harriet Mercer. Maya Sophie Violet Milburn. Megan Chloe Mitchell Double. Rebecca Moncur. Amy Louise Pollard. Kate Povey. Katie Louise Powell. Sally Reed. Reuben Mason Richaband. Mary Rowe. Marcia Parker Sanderson. Rebecca Grace Scott. Anna Margaret Simmons. Gemma Ray Sketcher. Louise Small. Katie Louise Spavin. Charlotte Louise Stevenson. Alice Jane Sims. Hannah Elizabeth Tetlow. Isabel Watkins. Abigail Daisy Weaver. Emma Lauren Wilburn. Grace Wright. Robin Alexandra Wright. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and English Language, Grace Cooper. Neve Kathleen Delaney. Sarah Kate Hatfield. Catherine Jane Lease. Chloe Lister. Demi Marie Patterson. And in English Literature and Film Studies, Alice Caroline Clough. Eleanor Rachel Dunn. Michelle Sarah Hassel. Patrick John Loseby. Jacob Naylor. And in English Literature and History, Chloe Donnelly. Charlotte Amy Gayfer. Chelsea Melville. And in Film Studies and Media, Matthew Luke Adlard. Morgan Nastasia Barr. Samuel Booth. Ewan Bergen. Eliza Kate Burke. Sophie Beatrice Cook. Amy Elizabeth Corker. Ashley Daniel Dean. Earl Thomas Dublique Ashton. Erin May Dyson. Edward Joseph Fox. Hazel Fraser. Beth Taylor Goland. Ella Harrington. Emma Ruth Jolly. Harry James Langley. Jessica Loynes. Christian Robert Luke Smith. And for the Joint Honours Programme Prize, James Alexander Southcott. Chloe Margaret Weeks. And in history, James Edwin Adams. Lauren Allen. Harvey Ben Allenby. Rebecca Anderson. Emily Laura Bennett. Matthew David Bishop. Emma Blenkian. Jessica Boyack Short. Tegan Rebecca Burnett. Christopher Cahill. Esme Chambers. Lauren Elizabeth Chawner. Ashley Rebecca Cherry. Thomas Chisholm. Dylan Clark. George Edward Colcliffe. And for the History, American and War Studies program, final project and dissertation prizes, Ellie Comerford. Thomas Craig Dales. George Dean. Rudy Dillon. Hannah Dixon. Kieran Docherty. Jack Dryden. Adam Michael D'Souza. Joshua Paul Engley. Holly Charlotte Evans. Oliver Richard Evans. Samuel Joseph Floyd. Laura Beth Frankland. Matthew Glanville. Leah Gemma Green. Amy Gregory. Louise Yvonne Gwilym. Jessica Lauren Hairsign. Caleb Reese Hardy. Bethany Claire Hessian. Melissa Jane Hewitt. Edward Hind. Penelope Hodgson. Amy Rebecca Hotham. Kirsten Carol Grace Jolly. Holly Melissa Jones. Alicia Grace Jordan. And for the History, American and War Studies Final Project and Dissertation Prize, Chloe Lazare. Gabrielle Lewis. Emily Jane Longster. Thomas William Lovering. Colin Henry Martin. Maisie Olivia Maud. Alice McKenty. Joseph Nelson. Summer Alania O'Brien. Paris Onigbanjo. Thomas Owen. Luke Patterson. Simon Powell. Neve Susan Purnell. Alexandria Rayner. Bethany Francesca Sharp. Matthew Simpson. Lucy Smevhurst. Brendan Joshua Spencer. Daniel Mark Stimson. Sarah Jane Stollery. Rebecca May Stonehouse. Adam James Taylor. Amy Taylor. Gareth Allen Trotter. Alexander Tucker. Max Turner. Olivia Francis Walsh. Tristan Stephen Ward. Jordan Watson. Polly Williamson. Rosie Ella Williamson. Caris Elise Wilson. Neve Pauline Wilson. James Wrench. And in History and American Studies, Kelsey Louise Haslam. Gabrielle Haywood. Eleanor Taylor. And in Human Geography, Charlotte Bates. Alicia Mary Down. Chelsea Ann Eddowes. Saren Olivia Fowler. Luke Harrison. Nicole Hernandez Palepe. And in Human Geography with Media Studies, Daniela Philippa Eibel. And in Media, Jennifer Lucy Elizabeth Eyre. Eleanor Bird. Diane Sarah Curry. Edward Dixon. Jamie Duggan. Kira Louise Harrison. Edward James Meller. Liam Miller. Amy Louise Mitchell. And for the Media Program Prize, Rachel Amy Neal. Lucy Helen Patterson. Nathan Randerson. And for the Media Final Project and Dissertation Prize, Sophie Louise Stubbs. Jacqueline West. And in Media and English Literature, Rebecca Jane Connolly. Elysia Ann Ryan. And in Religion, Philosophy and Ethics, Maximilian Barker. Amber May Barraclough. Megan Bowden Coyne. Ewan Reese Bryson. Oliver James Campbell. Amy May Connor. Henry John Dale. Lucy Georgina Egan. Katrina Ann Ferrin. Eloise Geit. Alexandra Sophia Heron. Jenny Marchant. Kaylee Maughan. Matthew Kenneth Harold Skidmore. Aaron David Wright. And in religious studies, Bethany Rose Blastick. Neve Drain. Frances Mary Duddy. Victoria Louise Mees. Millie Rose Parker. Kajia Tariq. Tegan Waugh. And in Theology and Religious Studies, Kinza Nasir Butt. Hayley Calder. Emma Linda Davies. Neve Erin Megan Longmuir. Holly Lorraine. Lauren Jane McCready. Sinead McNabb. Catherine Shelton. And in War Studies, Samuel Frederick James Cadieux Chater. Rihanna Jade Freeman Byrne. Matthew James Hurt.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science,
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Geography, Olivia Chloe Bullivant. Rebecca Leake. Struan Robert Ross McInnes. Matthew John Pattison. Sarah Louise Stevenson. And in Geography, Joshua Andrew Crombie. Christopher Davey. Megan Laura Dawson. Ethan David Dinverno. Eden Huntley. Chloe Victoria Irvine. Joseph Michael Kilburn. And for the Geography Programme, final project and dissertation prizes, Ellie Nicole Smith. Dylan Stoppard. Jessica Woosnam.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and Film Studies, Charlotte Anderson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Religious Studies, Renee Sinclair. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards.
Will all our graduates, please put your mortarboards on your heads. All our graduates, put your mortarboards on your heads, please. And when you've done so, will you please stand? By the authority invested in me as Chancellor of York St. John University, I confer upon you the degrees and awards for which you have been presented. Congratulations. If you were in South Africa and you were Zulus, I would have said, Hamandla. Will you please sit?
I call upon the Chancellor to confer an honorary degree of the University on Benjamin Myers, to be presented by Professor Abby Curtis.
On behalf of York St John University, I'm delighted and honoured to welcome Benjamin Myers to this graduation ceremony. Our honorary graduand is a writer. He's been a writer since an early age, supported by his parents and teachers. Benjamin attempted his first novel when he was 10. During his teenage years, a love of music and books became inextricably intertwined. He studied English literature at Luton University and gained work experience at the Melody Maker magazine. So he combined student life with being a music journalist. By the age of 21, Benjamin was living in a squat in London, interspersed with jetting off to Hollywood to interview pop and rock stars. A fear of following a conventional career prompted him to become a freelance writer, and his name began to appear on album and book reviews for magazines, articles, poems, and music biographies. However, fiction remained his obsession, and he increased his efforts to write novels. He has said, "My head seems to be full of stories that I want to expel, and there is nothing else I would rather be doing. When I'm not writing, I'm thinking about when I can write next." His third novel, Pig Iron, which was published in 2012 by Blue Moose in Hebden Bridge, and went on to win the Gordon Byrne Prize. Further accolades followed for his next two novels, Beastings and The Gallows Pole. The latter received the prestigious Walter Scott Prize for Historical Fiction last year, and both author and book title appeared as the official Royal Mail franking stamp for a week on an estimated 60 million pieces of mail. Our own creative writing students here at York St John University have been introduced to this book as part of the Writing Genres module. Born in County Durham and now living in Mothamroyd in West Yorkshire, because, as he has said, "I think I wanted to experience rain in all its many varieties," Benjamin draws upon the landscapes of the north for inspiration. The valleys, moorlands, woodlands, post-industrial areas, and semi-rural spaces contribute to his writings, which spread across the genres of historical fiction, crime, nature, writing, and beyond. This year has seen a further boost to Benjamin's public profile. His latest and 9th novel has been published by London-based Bloomsbury. The Offing, which is set in Robin Hood's Bay and details the unlikely friendship between a young man and an older woman, was a book at bedtime on BBC Radio 4 and was selected for the BBC Radio 2 Book Club and as a good read by the Observer newspaper. Fellow author Horatio Clear has called The Offing a gorgeous summer of a book, quietly and precisely what the world needs, calling friendship and gentleness from people, place, and language. Benjamin has described his craft as magical, explaining how else to describe the ability to physically and emotionally impact upon a stranger at the other side of the world using only 26 symbols arranged in a sequence. Writing is not tactile or sensory, it's just curves and lines combined to create spells. And that, in my book, is magic. On behalf of York St John University, I'm delighted to recognise Benjamin's achievements as an author, poet and journalist by the award of an honorary degree. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, Benjamin Myers.
Benjamin Myers, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, Honoris Causa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll photograph here.
Yes, thanks. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, thank you. That all sounds very glamorous, but 25 years ago I actually failed my A-levels in quite spectacular style, and it was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I knew I wanted to write about literature, so I diligently rang every university in the country during the clearing process, all 110 of them. 109 refused me a place, but one brand new university, the University of Luton, such a seat of learning does exist, welcomed me to study with them, and I moved there after looking it up on a map. It was here that my love of literature accelerated and my desire to be a writer increased too, because higher education is not just about learning facts and repeating them in essays and exams. It's about being inspired, and it is about finding your way in the world. 2 years after graduating, I completed my first novel. It was terrible. So I wrote another one. It was also terrible. But I continued, and somewhere along the way, I got a little bit better. And with each novel I publish, I hope to get a little bit better. But for me, it all began with teachers and lecturers, librarians and books, and failure. I believe failure to be as important as success. Samuel Beckett famously wrote, "Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better." I think that every creative endeavour, and this particularly applies to the graduates today, is just a better failure than the previous attempt. In many ways, we are all failing, but perhaps the key is to never give up and enjoy whatever it is we choose to do in life. That way, the failure part becomes irrelevant and success is measured in other ways. So I hope to keep failing for many years to come. Thank you to the students and staff at York St John for this great honour. I shall call myself a doctor of failure. Thank you.
I call upon the Chancellor to confer an honorary degree of the University on Emma Crosby, to be presented by Dr. Sue Greenwood.
Good morning. On behalf of York St John University, I'm delighted and very honoured to welcome Emma Crosby to this graduation ceremony. Emma is a well-known and experienced broadcast journalist who has interviewed everyone from politicians to rock stars and Hollywood A-listers. She currently appears on our TV screens as a presenter for Sky News and Channel 5 News. She could get past the lens and into people's homes to educate and enlighten us about our world. This is actually the second time that Emma has taken part in one of our graduation ceremonies here. The first was in 1998, when she graduated from what was then the College of Ripon and York St John with a degree in film, television, literature and theatre studies. And during her time with us, she undertook an internship at ITN, which opened her eyes to the world of journalism. And she has said, "I loved the buzz, the excitement, the sheer unpredictability of it." Her first break came working for BBC's Rolling News channel as a producer, and she then became a reporter for CNBC in Europe and America, where she presented from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, giving her experience of live broadcasting. She was noticed by Sky and came back to the UK to join their early morning show, Sunrise, and to co-present Sky News Today, and the team received a BAFTA award for their reporting of the Glasgow airport terrorism attack. In 2009, she returned to Breakfast TV to co-host ITV's GMTV show, broadcasting to millions across the nation, and she then joined Channel 5 to present their flagship evening news programme before returning again to Sky News in 2017. Emma also works with several charities, including Kicks Count, of which she is an ambassador. The charity encourages mums to be to monitor their baby's movement in the womb in a drive to avoid stillbirth. And in 2017, the charity organised a petition calling for the regulation of the use of fetal Dopplers in the home, which pick up a baby's heartbeat. Over 13,000 people signed that petition, and Emma was part of the group who handed it in at 10 Downing Street. Emma has developed another strand to her career as a conference host and awards presenter, with one business saying of Emma, "We required a host with fathomless composure, assured presence, calm determination and supreme adaptability, all qualities that Emma also displays in her work on screen." At York St John, we are very proud of the exciting careers followed by graduates from our journalism, media and performance degrees, and it is a privilege to include Emma among their number. And on behalf of York St John University, I am delighted to recognise Emma's achievements as a journalist, newsreader and presenter by the award of an honorary degree. Chancellor, I present to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, Emma Crosby.
Emma Crosby, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to stand over there and have a picture, please.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, parents and of course fellow graduates. To stand here in this amazing building makes me feel very humble, and to be part of this ceremony makes me feel really humble as well. The thought though that I'm expected to impart some valuable wisdom to you all in the next 5 minutes makes me feel very humble indeed. I'd like to thank Dr. Greenwood very much for those very kind words. I'd also like to thank my parents who are here today as they were 20 years ago to watch me graduate. For all you parents, carers and loved ones, and of course the tutors, this day is as much for you as for your children. Mine are particularly happy today because this is a degree that they haven't had to pay for. Now, listening to Dr. Greenwood is as if my career has been a series of effortless achievements, but I assure you that is just the highlights package. Living through it didn't feel like that all the time. Michelle Obama is someone who I admire greatly. She's also someone who is brilliant at doing these kind of speeches. Her mantra is, just say something true. So here goes. Fellow graduates, we have more in common than you might think. I too sat down just a couple of weeks ago to write my CV. It's something that I haven't done for a very long time, but I remember vividly the pain that I felt 2 decades ago with that empty white sheet of paper in front of me. Now, my CV is pretty full, but, and this is the big but, I find myself having to reinvent myself to find my next challenge. Because, ladies and gentlemen, things change. Things change all the time. When I arrived at university, the internet wasn't part of our experience. Can you believe that? In those days, most people sat down in front of the TV at some point to watch the news of the day. Now that particular audience is dwindling. Most of us are engrossed in our phones these days. Most of us get our news from websites. We might watch Netflix, and I bet some of you even host your own YouTube channels, right? So the world that I graduated into, it doesn't exist anymore. So I, like you, must keep reinventing myself, keep learning, and keep hungry. That's what makes me really grateful for my time at York St. John, because it prepared me for this, and it set a pattern for my life. I too had to take the road less travelled. York St. John didn't have university status in those days, and I didn't sign up for a traditional academic degree. But my degree gave me a chance to act, and it gave me a chance to perform, something which I loved doing. It also had a vocational slant, and it offered, as Sue said earlier, an internship. And one day when we were sitting in a lecture hall on campus, looking up at a slide with the names of the companies that we could do our work placement with, I saw 3 little letters, ITN. Now, I didn't know exactly what they stood for, but I had a funny feeling in my belly that working in TV news was something that I would love to do. I got my internship, and I never looked back. Now, later in my career, I was offered a job by the BBC. The BBC, as I'm sure you'll agree with me, is still seen as the Oxbridge of broadcasting. But I had to remember what I learned at York St. John. I had an alternative job offer from a different company. It was far less prestigious, though. It was much less secure, but it was much more me. I took that job, and everything worked out just fine. So have the courage to take your own road and also trust your own judgment. I also remember exactly how it felt to sit exactly where you all are today. It was a great day. I was really happy, but also I was quite scared. I had lots of debt. I had no money, and I had no future job. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. I felt like one of those fallen leaves that's blowing around outside at the moment. I felt really untethered. But a knowing parent reassured me. They said, take one step at a time, get one thing fixed, and the others will fall into place. And guess what? They did. So there'll be those among you who are already hungry for your first big break, and there'll be some of you who haven't got a clue what you're going to eat for dinner tonight. And that's all okay. It's all going to work out just fine. Another gift that I got from York St. John, and it was something that I can see many of you have already been given as well, and that's friends. So for the past 20 years, believe it or not, my merry band of mates has gone from drinking Valpolicella on Gillygate at 3 o'clock in the morning to becoming some of the most important pillars of my adult life. They are my support network. They are my counselors who laugh like drains. They've been with me from my first love to my first heartbreak, from being hired to being fired twice. And now we're all mothers. And our lives have changed again, and we have to adapt to the new world that we all live in. So please hold on to your pillars, give them a squeeze, and be grateful to this university for throwing you all together in the first place, because they can be the precious constants in your life, the characters that glue your story together. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you very much for inviting me back, and thank you for this degree. I will cherish it, and I will include it on my CV when I send it out next week. Thank you.
I call upon Elizabeth Bell on behalf of today's graduates to propose a vote of thanks.
Chancellor, it is my honour to give this vote of thanks on behalf of the graduating students here today, and I would like to express our gratitude to everyone who has played a part in enabling us to reach this incredible milestone. The support of families and friends who have been on this journey with us has been invaluable, and your encouragement is hugely appreciated. We would like to thank everyone involved in this graduation ceremony today, and thank every member of academic, technical, administrative or service staff who has helped, motivated and inspired us during our time at York St John University. Whatever our circumstances, wherever we are in our lives, you have helped us achieve an education for life, and we look to the future with hope and anticipation. The friendships we've made have given us memories to treasure for life and shared experiences that will shape who we are as we continue on our journey as graduates. We will take with us the York St John values of community, creativity and confidence in the future as the next chapter of our life begins. Thank you.
I call upon the Vice Chancellor to address the congregation.
Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Honorary graduates, honoured guests, friends and family, and of course, graduates. Graduates, I hope you feel as wonderful as that word sounds. It represents so much: success, triumph, achievement, a joyous reward for all the hard work that has gone into the last few years. It also brings to an end one important chapter in your life story, but more importantly, prepares you for the next exciting instalment. Your academic qualifications are your passport to a world of exciting opportunity. But that's for tomorrow. Today is your day to celebrate and enjoy. And I'm sure this remarkable graduation ceremony in the magnificent and spectacular surroundings of York Minster will not be the only celebration of your success today, but it will be the most memorable, filled with the pride and emotion of a special day in such an extra special place. This is not only one of the greatest cathedrals in Britain, but one of the best loved in the world. The current building is nearly 800 years old, but the Minster's history stretches back more than a millennium. Hallowed ground indeed on which to take the first steps in the professional life journey that awaits you outside. Despite the grandeur of our surroundings, this is also a tranquil place of peace in which to reflect on your success, to feel a real sense of fulfillment in what you have achieved, and to give thanks. During our graduation ceremony, everything has gone very smoothly. None of you tripped on the stage or fell down the ramp. Planning for graduation takes almost a year, and it's a huge endeavour to ensure everything goes smoothly. The team behind today from the Minster and York St John have given their best, and they should be congratulated for the impressive way they have handled the event. Let's show our appreciation. The Chancellor started our ceremony earlier by talking about the sense of pride we all feel today. I want to re-emphasise that. I feel incredibly proud and privileged to be with you as Vice-Chancellor of York St John University. You have all been on your own personal journey from when you first walked through our doors until today. You have no doubt overcome intellectual challenges and personal ones to ultimately succeed. And you have travelled the journey together to collectively become York St John University's class of 2019. In that time, you have shown an incredible capacity to learn, to grow, and to change. You have made your possibilities into realities. Whilst you have been growing and changing individually, the world has been changing around you too. Right now, the future feels uncertain. We simply cannot predict what turns the world will take next politically. We continue rapidly renegotiating our relationship with technology. The need to create a more sustainable world has reached a point of urgency, and deeply embedded attitudes and behaviours, reinforced by long-standing inequalities, are being called out and exposed as people express their desire for social change. All of this makes it hard to predict the world to come. But amidst all this uncertainty, being here with you today, I feel hopeful and optimistic, because you are the future. You have shown in so many ways throughout your time with us that you want to make a positive change in the world. I hope we have shown you that you possess the qualities to do that. The attitudes and actions you take as you step out from here will shape not only your own lives, but the lives of those around you. So, do the right things. You are talented, creative, inspiring. It is to you, the next generation, to whom we look to help us succeed. As one of the university's most famous honorary graduates, the Most Reverend Desmond Tutu said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Graduates, we look forward to you seizing the day, carpe diem, and we won't forget you, for you are our bright future. And as you leave us today, you go with our warmest congratulations and very best wishes for the exciting times that lie ahead. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
I declare this ceremony closed.